Okay, so today what we're going to be working on is solving percent problems. So like when you go to the store and you see a sale of something is 10% off, we can figure out and solve what that price would be. So in your packet that you were just given, we're going to go through this together. So I want you to make sure you're taking notes and trying to problem solve as Miss B is working this, because then you're going to do your cool down and get kind of some practice before you actually do your practice today. So it says Han buys an item and the normal price is $15, so that would be our whole. Our normal price is $15 and uses a 10% off coupon. So this item is on sale. How much does he save by using the coupon? So we're looking for the part. How much is he saving off of the shirt? Okay, so we could do this a few ways. One way that we could solve this problem is we can solve using proportions, or what we call ratios right now. We can do our $10, our 10% over our 100%, because remember we can write it as a fraction, times our $15. So we're taking 10% off our $15. That would give us $1.50. So he would save $1.50. Or we can solve that by doing 0.10, that is our percent in decimal form, times our whole cost of the shirt, would also give us our $1.50 that he would save. We could solve this using a double number line and looking at our 100% is $15, because that's our whole, so our 100% is $15. We want to figure out what our 10% is, and this time that is not super difficult because we're just looking for 10%, but remember we always go down to our 10%. So we would take our 15 divided by our 10 chunks that we're breaking up in of 10%, and that would give us $1.50. Where a double number line would also help is then if we were looking for like 50% of it, we could then skip count to find our 50%. The last strategy that we could use to help us solve this problem is by looking at a table. So I'm gonna kind of do it up here because I ran out of space a little bit. We have our value and we have our percent. We were given the ratio of $15 is 100%. That's the total cost of the shirt. I want to get to 10%. I can do that by dividing by 10 here. I can also do that by dividing by 10 on this side. Whatever I do to one side of the ratio table, I must do to the other side of the ratio table. 15 divided by 10 is $1.50. So Han saves, remember our math sentence, $1.50 on his item. Okay, so that is one of the type of percent problems that we might solve. The other percent problem that we might solve is looking at if we're given other pieces of our problem. So now let's look at Claire. Claire buys an item for $24, but she saves $6 by using a coupon. We are now trying to solve for the percent. So they gave us the whole, and they gave us the part that she saved. Okay, so now we're gonna have to kind of work backwards a little bit. Using this piece right here, this algorithm, we have our percent, that's the piece we're trying to solve for, times our whole number, which is $24, equals our $6 saved. Okay, I need to solve for this percent. So to do that, I need to do the opposite operation of multiplication. Remember, multiplication and division are married, so the opposite of multiplication is division. I'm dividing by 24. I'm dividing by 24. So remember, to make sure we solve this, we write it just like that in the calculator. 6 divided by 24 is 0.25. Now remember, that is not a percent, that's a decimal. To get a percent, we multiply by 100 to get our 25%. So that's one of the strategies we could use to solve this problem. Another strategy is a double number line. Okay, so we can use any of these strategies to help us solve. We know that 24 is our 100%. We are looking for our 25%. So I know that I need to break this up in 25, 50, and 75 to find my double number line. I'm skip counting by 25s. If I break this up into groups of 4, I'm also going to break this up in groups of 4. So this would be 6. 24 divided by 4 is 6. 12 and 18. We are looking for this right here. So Claire bought an item for 25% off. Okay, so we found that she bought the item for 25% off. We could also do that with a table. So we have our value, our percent. We were given our value of $24 at 100%. We know that this side is $6. How do I get from 24 to 6? I'm going to divide by 4 on this side. I must divide by 4 on this side to get my 25%. Each of these 3 strategies, we got the same answer. So you can pick today as you're working through. You can do a ratio table, you can solve using an algorithm, or you can solve using a double number line. Remember, the algorithm, you might want to write this down, is percent in decimal form times our whole of the problem. So in this case it was $15, in this case it was $24, gives you your part. Okay, so there's 3 different strategies to help you solve percent problems today. Also in your little packet is an example, another example done for you using a double number line and a table of a pot that can hold 36 liters. What percent is it if it has 9 liters? So using the double number line, we can see it's 25%, or solve using this. We're multiplying by 1/4 or dividing by 4. Okay.